Hello, how's it going? This is Leon from Sofia, Bulgaria. I'm doing quite alright here. And yeah, things are just moving along. I went boxing, which was pretty awesome, I must say. Big time boxing again. Basically, I stopped because I had a concussion, but I started again. And yeah, it went pretty nice. Like I do some let's see, guys, I took some videos yesterday. Oh, it was pretty cool all along. I'm the guy in the green shirt, just browsing on my other phone, sharing the screen. This other guy is Alex, he's my friend, a Bulgarian guy, and we train together a lot of times. I do this for 1 year now, it's the Krav Maga. And my kicks are not quite good. My punches there and defense are strongly or slowly getting better. But the punches, yeah, that's or the kicks, that's a whole other story. When I kick, I basically do a pirouette. As you just saw, I just like turn around, and the guy doesn't attack me on purpose because I stopped for a while. I had a concussion. I had a concussion after boxing when I took a sucker punch, and the sucker punch was quite bad, honestly. I took a sucker punch from a guy who I trained with for a while. I didn't expect it and I couldn't defend against it. It wasn't supposed to happen, but I stopped for, let's say, a month. Now I'm back in the game and my partner takes it a bit easier, but yeah. It's still beginner's game. Getting better, but whatever. Slowly. Slow wins the race. This is my iPhone. I'm still doing a lot of editing of videos. And I'm working on a sort of Bulgaria theme, which I have, which will look sort of like this. Here's the theme. Here's the theme, sort of Bulgaria theme, which has a table, let's say. It will look very nice for the YouTube channel. I might put it above this video, I don't know. That's me. One of my first trips in Bulgaria on a mountain, you know. Is it still recording, this thing? Yeah. Then I have, what's this called? Givech Martinica, sort of flask for wine. Whatever. Some cold cuts, some mazeta, the Bulgarian flag, tarator, vino, i jedna shopska salata, and the rose. This will be the Bulgaria theme that I'm working on. I finished it last year, but I still want to, let's say, use it. I haven't used it actively. What's going on these times? There's a lot of stuff going on, but I want to show you. This is my video software. Still editing all of the Turkey videos, which are slowly coming along. I've recorded everything, but I still need to edit. As you can see on the YouTube, there's been some that have been posted. Still, there's tons to come. I've had a trip to Holland, I've done Turkey now, and actually the year is now getting worse. This is worse than we had last year. Even in terms of travel restrictions, I was pretty fine in 2020, but now things are getting screwed. So for travel, it's now worse than last year, where last year was a lot. Went to the Netherlands twice, went to France, Switzerland twice, Italy twice as well. Where else? I went all over the place. I went to Turkey, Poland. It doesn't stop, you know. There was a lot. And in terms of videos, I have so much to edit still. But to stick to the topic, this is my video software. What I do is just add videos, edit. Like, people think this is all very strenuous work, but it's not. It's basically a phone and that's it. a phone, some imagination, some creativity, and a whole lot of travel. The travel's not expensive either. It's not. People think I'm some kind of like a millionaire even, which nothing. I basically live on the edge quite much. I spend a lot of money on travel and experiences. Too much, so much that I don't even have enough buffer for basically a pretty insecure year like right now. I still prefer to spend it on travel and experiences, which I should be more careful with. These trips, let's say, what do they cost me? Not all that much. Not all that much. It costs. I basically don't travel anywhere unless the ticket is less than 20-30 euros, let's say. Otherwise, it becomes. I'm a true budget traveler in that sense. I stay in hostels in Switzerland, for example, and it's only in countries where I can afford it, like Poland, Bulgaria, Turkey, that I actually splurge a bit more, do a bit of a more luxury sense of travel. But that's not to say that I travel luxury all the time. Especially when I go to Switzerland, I'm basically a poor person because I don't even buy a bottle of water. I drink from the tap. There's no coffee, nothing, because I don't enjoy spending more than things are worth. That's to say that I like to spend for experiences that are worth it. If I go to Israel, which is very expensive, I know that I'm going to spend a lot for dinner. But then what I do is I spend so much for the dinner that I make it an experience. I have it on the seaside or in a skyscraper. When it's an experience that I enjoy, only then it's worth it. In terms of affording it, I save a lot. At home I drink from the tap, I drink Nescafe, and some things are bare bones in order to avoid these things. Make no mistake, make no mistake. So yeah, you can't say that you're rich or poor. What I think in terms of wealth, let's say one more thing in terms of quality of life, I think you're a rich person if you can afford the things you want to do in good health. You're the richest person in the world. So in that way, last year, all the things I did, I was the richest person in the whole world. Except for maybe some movie stars who went all over the place, some diplomats. I was the richest person in the world. I went to see my family, they're in good health. Very wealthy in that regard, yes. But end of 2020, I was at the end of my means. Financially, it was not the best year, but I'm paying off my study loans, which is very good. I have 500 euros left. I spent a lot on study loans. My education was private, it was very expensive, and I paid it back all on my own. That's what I did the last few years. After the last 500 euros are gone, which will take some more time, then I'm financially more stable. I can build up a reserve, I can do more stuff, at least have a financial buffer for insecure times like right now, and that should help at least. So what do we have in the news? We have Bulgaria. As of now, the restaurants are not opening. Part of the metro has collapsed, not too far from my home, the new line. This is obviously ridiculous. We have a new line. When I go to the Teatralna metro station right here, there's a big leakage, and I'm thinking, guys, get your act together. We pay a lot for this. We pay a lot. The European Union paid a lot of contributions for this. Basically, financed a big part. The state itself financed a lot. People get sick and tired of this collapsing infrastructure. Like, even when someone's new, and we deserve new stuff in this country, in Bulgaria, it collapses, and people are getting pissed off about it. There's pavements collapsing. This is the latest scandal. Some pavements collapse, and a whole lot of memes come that Superman is in this hole sitting there, or there's some minister in the hole repairing the stones. And obviously all of this is ridiculous. Like, it's so bad. If it didn't cost a lot of money, it would be funny. But this costs all of us a lot of money. Me, you, the Europeans, my parents, we pay a lot for this, and then some bad job gets done. There's leaking, there's things collapsing, and it just pisses me off. It grinds my gears, and it grinds a lot of people's gears. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what else to say. I want this line. It's been closed earlier as well, this metro line, for some emergency. Like, do your testing accurately. There was a lot of delays on this line already, and nobody's getting their act together. It's just, I'm getting sick of this whole infrastructure here. Really. I'm positive about Bulgaria, but there's just some things that you never get used to. Like, we have a new metro line in Amsterdam as well. Nothing like this ever happened. No, nothing. There was one time there was a disruption in the electronic system, that was it. But these things are over-engineered in my country. You can give my country a lot of flack for being expensive, for being bureaucratic, whatever. Things take very long as well. But when they work, they work. And that's kind of a difference. And there's actually a safety aspect to that as well. Things don't just collapse in my country. There's absolutely no way. It's top-notch in infrastructure. I'm probably the biggest fan of Bulgaria and the biggest critic of the Netherlands. But in terms of infrastructure, my country has got its act together. They're doing an absolutely fantastic job on infrastructure.